Greetings, dear learners. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of SRN International School, Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am Faculty of Science at SRN International School. Today, in this video, I will be explaining the topic Force, Work and Energy of Chapter 4 of Grade 5 Science NCERT. Children, you know, to move anything, we either pull it or push it. When we play cricket, we push the ball with the bat. During cycling, we push the pedals of the cycle to move it. To open a door, we either push it or pull it. So, a push or pull an object is called force. Some other examples of push or pull are a horse pulling a tonga, a boy pulling a bucket to draw water, a boy pushing a wheelchair. Children, a force always does not move an object. For example, if we apply force on a wall, it does not move. Children, force can affect an object in many ways. Let us learn about these effects. First, a force can stop a moving object. When force is applied on a moving object from the opposite direction, it can slow down or stop the object. For example, force applied by a player on a moving football stops it. A force can move a stationary object. When you apply a force on a stationary object, it moves the object in the direction of force. For example, a player moves a football by kicking it. Third is, a force can change the direction of moving object. A moving car changes its direction when a force is applied on its steering wheel so as to turn it. Next is, a force can change the shape and size of an object. For example, when you press a balloon full of air, it changes its shape and size. When you make chapatis, the force of your hands changes the shape and size of dough. Children, there are many types of forces. For example, magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravity or gravitational force, buoyant force, frictional force or force of friction, muscular force, mechanical force. Let us learn about one by one. First is magnetic force. Children, when you bring a magnet near iron nails, the magnet attracts the nails because magnet has a force that attracts the iron nails. The force applied by a magnet on an object is called magnetic force or magnetism. Next is electrostatic force. When you comb your dry hair and bring the comb near tiny bits of paper, the paper gets attracted towards the comb. This is because on rubbing, the comb gets charged and attracts tiny bits of paper. So when things are rubbed with each other, they become charged and force of attraction is produced. This force is called electrostatic force. Next is gravity or gravitational force. Children, everything that you throw up comes down. Ripened fruits always fall on the earth from a tree. You cannot jump beyond a certain height. Do you know why our earth exerts a force on every object that attracts objects towards its surface? This force is known as gravity or gravitational force. Due to this gravitational force, we are able to stay on the earth. Otherwise, we would be floating. The earth and other planets revolve around the sun due to gravitational force. Next is buoyant force. When you push down an object in water, you feel an upward push. This upward push resists the object from going down. So the upward force acting on an object in water is called buoyant force. Things float on water due to the presence of buoyant force. A huge ship does not sink but float on water due to the presence of buoyant force. Next is frictional force, a force of friction. Children, when you roll a ball over a floor, it gradually slows down and finally stops. In the same way, when you stop paddling your cycle, it gradually slows down and stops. Why do they stop? The ball stops because a force acts between the ball and the floor that slow down the ball. This force is called frictional force or force of friction. Thus, a force that slows down the movement of object across a surface is called force of friction. It is also called force of resistance. Children, so many advantages of friction. It helps us to walk. We cannot walk easily on a very smooth surface or wet floor because there is very less friction and we may slip over the floor. Friction between the road and tires of automobiles make their movement possible. You are able to write with your pen because of friction. You often see that you cannot write easily on a oily paper. This is because there is very less friction between the pen and oily paper. Friction also helps to erase pencil marks on the paper by using an eraser. Children, you know, along with advantage of frictional force has so many disadvantages like friction hinders the motion of vehicles. Friction produces heat that damages the machine. That's why we use oil in sieving machine, cycling, etc. Friction also damages the tires of vehicles and sole of our shoes. Next is muscular force. Children use our muscles to lift an object to push or pull the object. The force produced by muscles is known as muscular force. Next is mechanical force. We use various type of machine for our work, such as we use a pair of scissors to cut the paper, bulldozer pushes the soil, and tractor pulls the trailer. All these machines exert force by using energy from external sources. So most of the simple machine make use of mechanical force. So dear students, that was all about today's topic. I hope you must have understood well about force, effect of the force and different types of forces. Thank you children. Stay blessed, stay happy. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel to get more knowledgeable videos. Thank you.